Surprise. So this will be another show. It'll be the show that we normally do on Tuesdays. It'll be Sarah and I. We're going to do a variety of readings, a variety of styles of readings. And some of it will have cards, some of it will have runes, some of it will have just energy reads. And I'd like to kind of try that out here. So I have my runes, okay? And I also have a deck of tarot. Which one did they give me? They gave me the Psychic Tarot. Okay, so we're doing that. I couldn't see me all that time, so I apologize. All right, so they gave me the Psychic to work with. All right. The card that came up is Truth. Okay. The other thing that they gave me was my runes. Okay. Runes are the gateway to your path. That's what they are. That's how I use them. I use them for that. I use them for a lot of things, but when I'm reading for somebody and I pull a rune, the reason I pull the rune is because they're asking to face in a certain direction. And what comes up from the rune is what it is that you're doing and what needs to take place in order for you to face in the direction you've asked for, because it already exists. So that's why runes are so impactful for me. And then I also have a reference book that's by Ralph Blum, and I like to connect to like the tree of Yggdrasil, and I like the sticks and everything. And so they kind of dance for me because they're symbols, and symbols are always dancing around me. I can see sacred geometry and things. Yes. Hi. So today is going to be a more metaphysical leaning of who I am and what I do, or how I am of service to others. Okay. And so let's see. I guess coverage is spotty today, which is fine for me. All right, so welcoming everybody in. This is going to possibly challenge some boundaries and beliefs, which is good, because existential growth is very important. Because existential, that means in existence, right? When you learn more in existence, you become more accepting of who you are in the big picture aspect. So that's why existential beliefs are important for us. And I would love to explore that subject if that's something that you're into. And Peekaboo? What the heck? It's like it just disappeared. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so today it's going to be a more metaphysical leaning language. Okay, so I'll use words like spirit, I'll use words like cosmic beings, and we're just going to go the gambit of what all of our imagination has built in existence. Okay, because how we feel about something lends a frequency to it and gives it sentience. So we're breathing life into the universe through our connection to all that is, because we are that law of relativity, right? Where like all of us are affected by one, and that is our oneness. And we're different representations in our psyche, so that way we don't overwhelm a totality, right? And allowing everything and just becoming like who you are is easier, and that's like your authenticity. All right, so today what I'm going to do is, in the spirit of metaphysics, I'm going to do readings for anybody who would like. Now, I want to explain to you how this works, because there is what people would refer to as magic or alchemy behind it. It is energy once again, but because we're going to use that language, if you hear it, you'll understand. All right. I will employ sacred geometry today. That means that I'm going to have a special focus on patterns that hold true to themselves, that repeat no matter what. All right. Those are sacred because that is our foundation. That's how we operate. Okay. And a family pattern, a relationship pattern, a self pattern, a flower of life would be all that is, that sort of thing. Okay. And so different representations of sacred geometry, right? See how that works? And so if you want a reading, I'll give you a reading in that experience. Okay. So I talk to guides, guardian angels. I talk to different gods and goddesses. I'm able to align to different frequencies because I have an understanding of how our fields work. It's easy for me. It's easy for all of us if we allow it. It's in your imagination. Okay. And whatever I bring through is my experience for you. All right. And I'm usually spot on because I like to align to the individual. I want to be in your energy, find out what it is that you want. And rather than tell you who you are, ask you what you want to do next, or what you want to experience next. So that's the kind of readings I like to do. All right. Because you're not going to be stuck anymore after this reading. You're going to be forward moving. Okay. So okay. So the language that I'm using today, okay, is going to lean into a metaphysical aspect. Okay. And so I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is, but thank you for joining. All right. And okay, if that is your belief, we'll accept it. All right. Okay. And that's it. So you have your acknowledgement, everything is good. And then I'm going to move on with what I wanted to talk about. So anyway, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how the languages are connected through many different practices of spiritual belief. Spiritual belief is something that you feel. All right. It's where your intuition is, your intuition and your psychic. Your psychic aspect is a longer word for psyche. All right. And that is like all that is. That's like what you perceive in the future, you can bring to your present. All right. And then the aspect of that is that you align to what your foundational belief system is, right? And usually in metaphysics, people have a lot of different religious beliefs, all right? And those religious beliefs are learned from usually a younger age or at a time when they were very needed, necessary, and impactful, all right? And very supportive and loving and all the good, okay? All the goodness, okay? That foundation is not lost, not in anybody's belief, all right? And that is the foundation we all go back to. We all go back to our own understanding of what divine, I'll use that as a word, okay? Divine, universal energy, God. All right. However, whatever the name is, okay, that you have, we go back to that foundation, and it is the right one for us. It's not right for everybody. It's right for us because that's where we feel safe. That's where we feel safe because we're reconnecting with who we are. And that solidifies that our belief is okay. That gives us permission to make choices. It gives us everything that we are. It gives us everything that we are. It doesn't mean that what we practice should be practiced by everybody exactly the same way. That's not what I feel. Okay. So feeling, all right, is meaning. That would be the word that you would use. So for me, everybody has their own belief. They're allowed to have their own belief. I have nothing, I have no judgment around it. I do myself a service by attempting to practice sustainably, right? Acceptance, just acceptance and inclusion, acceptance, inclusion, because this is what I would like. I would like acceptance and I would like inclusion. I would like that. Those are my preferences. I can let go that other people have other things that they would like in life. Those are my preferences. Mine grows into a communal aspect, and I tap into the energy of it and what it looks like to me. That's my belief affecting our consciousness, as is every time you think, feel, or do, you affect consciousness as well with whatever it is that you are experiencing. So we're all one, and we all are adding to the vibration, basically, of consciousness. And it's all our own version of whatever that is. And we get caught up in right and wrong, but all of it's right. All of it's right. All of it is. That's the key. All of it is. And then you just relax. You relax. You say, okay, well, this is what I believe, and I'm okay with that. And then if you want to tweak your beliefs, you don't leave your foundation. Nobody ever has. I'm a minister, and I haven't met anyone in any religious practice that started in a different religious practice or is now in a agnostic or gnostic or anyway, any other kind of practice, all right, that doesn't go back to like their core, their upbringing, like where they were in absorption more than cognition, right? And the reason is because we learn safety in our beliefs in that moment. We believe that what we're learning is okay, but we don't think of it that way. We just say, oh, this feels safe. This feels good. So we return to it, and we need to. That's our sanity. So it's okay. That's how we develop our spirituality, which is the application of spiritual principles in your life. And they have like a wide spectrum of principles, right? Okay, so whatever you're applying in your life, you're doing it because you have a belief around it. And that belief comes from how you feel and what you think. All right. So the energy in metaphysics, how you explain that, right, is the same. It's the same. You're just in an experience. You're in an experience. And it is not the be all end all of existence. It is a portion of existence, your portion, your uniqueness, your divinity, your connection, your relativity to everything, your thoughts, your experiences, all of that, very important because nobody else can have your experience, just you. Okay? So here we are. So what I'm doing today is this. I'm allowing myself to, oh, by the way, I started at 3 p.m. This was actually just going to be like a, hey, on Wednesdays at 3, from 3 to 3:30, me and Sarah are going to be going ahead and doing free live readings again, okay? And so we'll start probably the 21st, but I'll go ahead and I'll hold the slot so that anybody who hasn't heard will be able to start tuning in then. And in the meantime, for the 2 Wednesdays in the rotation, what I want to do is I want to help you face the direction that you want to be in, okay? And I also want to, if you need information, I will pull a card. So if you want to face a particular direction of something, okay, then I will pull a rune and I will explain how it works. And then if you want information around something, okay, I will pull a card. Okay. And that's how I'll work today. Okay. So all you have to do, if you would like some feedback from what I'm seeing and what I'm perceiving, okay, then I'd be happy to share that with you. Okay. So in metaphysics, this would be called, let's see, I'm psychic. So I'm psychic because I can see the future. The reason is because I look at the land of possibility and what can be. And it doesn't mean none of us can. It means all of us can. And that's just where I choose to focus sometimes. So that's where I read to. My idea in reading allows us to face the direction of something that's already created. Whatever it is that we've created from the thing that we don't want is in existence already, but we're still faced where it's not happening. So moving in the direction of what it is that you would like is very pertinent to feeling better about any circumstances that you're in. It doesn't mean leaving this behind unresolved. It means blessing this and finding out what needs to take place to be done and satisfied inside the body, right? Then focus. So we'll go ahead and we'll go through the energetic of it, of course. Yet today it seems as though gateway, I think, is what that rune is. So, and it is the rose quartz. So this is going to be humanity. This feels like humanity and consciousness. All right. So humanity and consciousness, this would be yeah, it is. This would be the magical message for today, just in general. Okay, let's see. Gateway is the name in English, and Thursday. Thursday. Isn't that funny? Thursday. So that means it's Thor day. So 133. Let's see. That's a 7 even. Okay. All right. Gateway, place of non-action. Ooh. Personally, I like to feel like there's forward momentum wherever it is that I am headed. I know that I'm in that, yet when I think of the astrology and I think of like how everything is moving almost all together right in this moment, and the 10th isn't going to be, it's going to be a swimming show. Jupiter will be in great opposition. It will be so nice. Everybody will know thyself. Okay. Be prepared. Okay. I hope everybody has big blessings from Saturday. Okay, so let's see. Here's the rune that I pulled. This is what it looks like. It's rose quartz and it has like a gold inlay. There you go. All right. This is a picture of the rune. This is the rune itself. And that's like the little bit of writing on the top. Okay. So moving forward for like from tomorrow on, that's how this is going to apply. And this is going to apply to consciousness in such a way that we can move to embodiment of managing our emotions and allowing them to be recognized and held when necessary, and maybe how we can connect in consciousness through thought and choose more peaceful would be a good word, peaceful terminology for ourselves so that we soothe ourselves and our experience as well, right? Okay. All right. Bernadette, you'll be next up. All right. So here we go. With a gateway for its symbol, this rune indicates that there is work to be done both inside and outside yourself. Thursaz represents the frontier between heaven and the mundane. Arriving here is a recognition of your readiness to contact the numinous, the divine, to illuminate your experience so that its meaning shines through its form. Thurisaz is a rune of non-action. Thus, the gateway is not to be approached and passed through without contemplation. We're entering the last little bits of the snake, right? So we're shedding our skin deeply in that practice, and that's another metaphysical practice, the Chinese New Year, feng shui, right? So I practice feng shui. And with that, there's kind of a rebirth again, yet again, because I also practice my Irish stuff, which is in the dead of winter, or the very beginning of winter, right? And that's my new year, new me. All right. Yes. Okay. So we have two now. Perfect. Okay. All right. So that means that in order for us to move forward, we have to recognize what is. So it really is a what is moment. So what you would do in this particular time, right, as we come to Saturday, so I would say within the next couple of days, you want to visualize yourself standing before a gateway on a hilltop. Your entire life lies out behind you and below. Before you step through the gateway, pause and review the past, the learning and the joys, the victories and the sorrows, everything it took to bring you here. Observe it all, bless it all, release it all. For it is in the letting go of the past that you reclaim your power. And then you step through the gateway. So I think that everybody should do like a little contemplation exercise from here till Saturday, a little one, you know, just to let go of what you think is. All right. Okay. That's it. Let's see. So, okay. Yes, Bernadette. Any messages for me from my adoptive mom? Please ask her why my adoptive dad and all the family doesn't talk to me. That's, mediumship. Let's see. This person feels very frail. Whoever I'm with feels very frail, like very diminished in whatever capacity they're in. I don't know if they required great care toward the end of their life. They're carrying a great deal of sorrow as well. I'm not registering in the vibration if they're aware of their situation, that they're no longer physical. I think that they still have like an understanding, because you feel this individual in your back, your lower back, over the hip, right? And you might think it's like your kidney sometimes, yet that's why I think that like there's like some confusion about like how you feel. And it might be like right now you're noticing that there's a second vibration that you didn't notice before. You see what I mean? Okay. What I would do is, because it's going to begin to register, because I'm looking at it, I'm really looking. Okay. And when I go into a field, when I go into somebody's field who's given me permission, I make it a very safe, loving energy that kind of surrounds us, so that we're like by ourselves. So it kind of feels like a vacuum a little bit. Not too bad, just a little bit. All right. So, okay. All right. So the idea, okay, because like she's on your left side, and that's usually the side of the maternal. All right. And what I do this often online, and I don't really give a lot of explanation, but today was all about metaphysics. And so today we get a lot of explanation. And what you're probably beginning to witness is a shift in how you feel. Okay. And the reason is because I'm in communication with her. I don't know her name. I would love to address her that way. Yet I'm letting her know that she's passed. And you may be having a lot of emotion around that. We're in a shared space. Some people do, some people don't. Okay, Roxanne. All right, Roxanne. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, what I want you to do, all right, is imagine or pretend, okay, all right, that she's standing beside you on your left hand side. And just ask her to stand just a wee bit further away. She can still be there, that's fine. You just want her to know that you're aware that she is here, okay? And you're feeling like a displacement right now, and that's correct because she understands what we're doing, okay? And that's why there was so much emotion, because she knows that she's in a different, that's right, exactly. Okay. And she is understanding now that she's moved into a different bit of consciousness, still exists, still right here, is living a different experience now. All right. Okay. And so what we're going to do is, because she has some healing to continue to do, that's what this feels like. All right. She still feels very frail. And she's showing me a garden. I don't know if you have a garden, but she's showing me a white bench, some white bench, and it looks like one of those cement benches that's painted. And she feels like if you were to sit like there or in sunshine or something like that is what it's very, because she hasn't transitioned, so it's based in a lot of different frequencies that won't be here. So I don't like to read frequencies that won't be here. So the frequencies that will be here are that she would most likely show up for you there. She likes yellow flowers, yellow daisies is what I saw. A single, like a marguerite daisy, would show you that like she was nearby, and you'll probably see a lot of them come spring. Right now there's deep winter. She's showing me that there's like outdoors. She likes outdoors. She's showing me snow. She's showing me a lot. I don't know why she's showing me all of this. Maybe she's encouraging you to travel. All right. Maybe that's what that is. But I'm not really getting a big sense of what the messaging is. And you had asked a specific question, so I want to read it in my mind again, okay? Okay, I want to read it in my mind again to see if she'll give me like some feedback, okay? So just 1 second. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. Ah, okay. I understand. I understand what she's, I understand. You can feel her. I know you can feel her. I know she's making sure you feel her right now. That's what she is telling me. She wants you to know that she is not gone and quit saying that she is dead. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Okay. Shit. Okay. So remember these things. Remember these things. These shared physical moments. They have not left. They have not left. They still exist. And you can visit them anytime. You must heal first so that you can understand what's being healed in them. She says she's ready. She says you'll figure it out. You will figure it out. That's tangible. She could be there in spirit with you and love you like she always has. And it's time to find yourself. All right, she's standing at what I can see as a transition point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open what I call a transition point or a gate that's filled with light. And it usually turns into a beautiful golden field with a horizon. And it leads to whatever the next aspect of the journey is, and the healing and the freedom that comes with the non-physical. And so returning is an alignment, and you can do it often, yet you'll know it when it returns. All right. So I'm going to ask Roxanne if she's ready. Yeah, she's ready. It looks like, I don't know, this is just so weird, so random. It's just random. So what I see is like a white carriage that's like all open, and it has a beautiful horse. And this beautiful woman she's just very regal, sitting in this horse-drawn carriage. And I know she's not that old. She likes flair. And she wants you to know that life is good everywhere you go. And that's the message she has for you, is life is good everywhere you are, because you're everywhere all at once. All right. All right, Roxanne, ready? Go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. I sense with my body, so I feel through whatever the overwhelming vibration is of good. I'm really glad. We're all Thank you. So yes, I do mediumship as well. Oh, God is good. Hilarious, hilarious. Well, it's water up time now. When I go into a mediumship field, it seems as though there's a lot more electrical current that comes through my body. And so I usually like to rest when I go into the existential places, the life beyond whatever our comprehension is places, which is very interesting because that's where I go and I don't comprehend anything. I just be. So it's an easier space for me. Right? And she couldn't show you because she was with you. She was showing you, but you weren't seeing because you were practicing one body, two vibes. Half the world is, maybe most. Who knows? Our emotional body picks up on other people's emotional body. Our mind body picks up on our other people's mind bodies. Our bodies physically come into contact with other people. So that's the mind body experience. Right? Exactly. Because like she's talking to you and she's like, man, I don't want to die. I don't want to die because she didn't know. All right. Right. Exactly. And that's how that works. That's exactly how that works in a metaphysical practice. So if I'm in an energy practice with somebody and all this stuff comes up, I might treat it a little bit differently with them in a language so that they're more comfortable. So I would probably use like more quantum language, and I would honor the metaphysical, the spiritual aspect of it by being in my mind and in a different countenance with the individuals that are involved that maybe the other individual isn't understanding, right? Occasionally, I bridge both. So anytime I do a reading is like sitting with me and really clearing like where you feel like, why did you come to see me? Okay. And you have to answer that. You need to answer why you show up to different places so that way you feel good about your choices. The reasons that we show up are for ourselves. And when we show up for ourselves, we learn to show up for others. That's how it works, right? So I hope that you guys have a great day. Thank you for your participation. The time is 3:37 and I am, ooh, yes. Yes, yes. So this is a great observation. Super freaking awesome observation. Because right now your body's super clear, right? Like you haven't had this level of clarity since she passed. Do you understand? Yes. Yes, that's that's right, because there wasn't anything wrong physically with you. You were just practicing two vibrations. Eventually what happens is that we focus into the vibration of the dissonant energy because we're trying to fix it, but then we become that vibration. We become it 100%. We live a very physical existence. And we think a lot of times that because we're physical, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. If there's nothing else, and you call the distance between you and me space, there is something else. %. Exactly. Exactly. Because we're sentient beings, right? And although you can give yourself a charge that's associated to a thought, an intuitive thought, right, to create a meaning or a feeling, we think that we're always physical, but we're mind, we're like mind, okay, we're body, and we're spirit. Spirit is like our intuitive nature. It's like our divine feminine. Our divine masculine is our mind. Our divine feminine is our spiritual nature. And then our physical body is how we have our experience. So, okay, the field's releasing right now. Okay, great. I'm going to be online a lot more often. It's not because I'm bored. It's because it's time that I start sharing the wisdom that I've kept to myself for years. And I think that it can only add to whatever it is that you already practice. It's not a change in what it is that you do. It's a different way to say what you're experiencing. And when you use a different language, not to soften what's happening, you have to recognize what's happening. The powerful aspect in acceptance and inclusion is the shit and the shine. That's powerful. Okay? And knowing there is no difference. There's preference and there's no difference. right? Oh, wow. Yeah, I would love that. I just got invited to another one. I did. So, yeah. And then my telephone number, I don't care. My telephone number is this. And I'm usually available. I'll just do this. It's a Body Studios number, but it's mine. I've tried to have other numbers. It doesn't work. So there. So if you guys want, if you have a question, right? If you have a question and you want to reach out and you want to know whether or not it'd be a good idea to work with me, and you're not sure about like what that would entail, okay? I'm going to make this offer. You can have that number, okay? And you can set up an exchange with me, okay? And because I'm building video content, I will answer your question for you, yet we will videotape the conversation, all right? And we'll do it here at the studio. I have a beautiful room that I have all set up and everything, but I would really love to videotape some of my work. I would really like to, I don't know, record some of my work. I don't know. I don't care. That's what I want to do. And so if you're willing for that exchange, we could do that. My friends are like, you could tell them you're going to do a blur mask and then you're going to change their voice and everything. And maybe I will, maybe I won't. It depends on what the agreement is. All right. But something wild always happens. Every fucking time somebody wants to ask me a question, just a question, right? See? She just wanted to ask me a question. I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to bless your shit and shine and then step through the doorway. Have a great day. I love you guys.